Hey, what is good, y'all? Welcome to a brand new segment of Yo a Nerd. All right, I didn't even introduce myself. Hold on. I'm Malcolm McFadden, creator of 615 Comics, and you're going to be watching a brand new segment of Yo a Nerd. See, that's much better. This brand new segment of Yo a Nerd, I'm calling it Go Through Em, and this is 4/22/26, where it's titled the date of the new comic book day for that week. So I'll be going through my pulls of my new comics of that week and this kind of just talking about them. Maybe some of them I've read already, some of them I haven't. So I'll kind of just be talking about them, just showing my pulls. All right. So let's just go through them. Number one, this week, the second printing of the Dakota incident. This is the static cover, the Dan Moore new cover. Had to get that joint, had to get joint, had to support. There was a big push to get this book to the second printing. So that's really dope. Shouts to all people involved in pushing it, especially Joe Elledge, who was really out there being a warrior, a warrior on the front line, pushing this book to get out there. So if you don't know about that, you really need to look it up. Everything that's going on with Dakota. Actually, a lot of what the writers, the storyline behind this, is very intentional. You can tell just with the stuff that's going on with DC and Milestone right now, and just black characters in general and black creatives. This book was very intentional, especially with the storyline and everything that happened. A very dope book. I really suggest it for real, especially if you're a Milestone fan. If you're a Milestone fan, you probably already got it, but it's a very dope book. Especially you need to. There's a lot of history behind it. Like I said, this book was very intentional. So check that out. That's the second printing. I'm glad we got it to a second printer. Hope we get to a third. Next up, we got it from Image Comics. Corpse Night. Corpse Night. This story was really very interesting to me when I looked it up online. And this story kind of has like a human pet cemetery feel to it. in a way, But it's a very interesting story. It's hasn't captured me fully with issue number one. It captured me enough to where I'm going to get number two, but it's not fully captured me yet. I thought it was going to be a lot more when I looked at this up on League of Comic Geeks, which is a very dope site where it keeps track of comics that are coming up next week, and you can add stuff to the pool, and you can keep track of what you're reading each week. You can actually rate comics and look at other people's rating of comics, and you can keep track of the writers on League of Comic Geeks. All right, so that when I looked it up on this site, I was kind of expecting more from this book. The artwork is still very good in it. The artwork is dope. That wasn't a problem. I just thought there was more going to happen with the storyline, but it's enough to get me to go to number two. So I guess that's what the goal of number one is. So Corpse Night from Image Comics. Image Comics has a lot of comics out that's been killing it right now, and you'll probably see a lot of their books in my pool. Next one, the Phantom versus the Sky Band. All right, so if you don't know, Phantom is one of those heroes. You know how you have those childhood heroes that you see that you really drawn to and that you really like, and it kind of becomes one of your favorites and something you will always kind of follow. That was the Phantom for me when I saw the Phantom movie. When I was a kid, and then I didn't really know that he had a comic till maybe a couple years ago, and so I've been trying my best to keep up with the comics. Not doing a good job because he just recently had a series called The Phantom, and this is actually released by Mad Cave, who's actually releasing a lot of dope comics right now. So they had a comic for the Phantom, and I got issue number one, but I forgot to add it to my pull list, and so I missed the other issue. So I'm gonna just get the trade, which I think is out right now. But this is kind of continuation of that series. So when I was reading this, there's a couple things that I didn't really get because it was a continuation. I didn't read that yet, but I don't know, the series, this one I didn't really like too much. The artwork is good, the action is good in it, but the story, I guess I just wasn't too into the story. Maybe if I read that book, it'll help me better to get into this story. But the Phantom is also being made into a live action TV series by Reginald Hudlin, one of the creators, one of the owners of Milestone and creators of Milestone. He actually wrote Black Panther 2. He is creating a live action series for the Phantom, which I'm very excited about. And I think that'll be dope. And I'll probably be talking a lot about the Phantom going forward. I have actually some opinions on the Phantom that I want to share. But yeah, this was a new book by the Phantom that I definitely wanted to check out. And The art was good, story was kind of okay. Also, we got the Superman Spider Man crossover. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people excited about this. I'm not really. I bought it because it's Superman Spider Man crossover. You feel me? Why wouldn't you buy it? And the stories inside of it? I'm really mad that Miles Morales is not like, crossing over with Steel or something like that. Or we got a DC with Miles Morales. There was easily two of them I could think of that we're probably not going to get. But I got this because of crossover, Superman, Spider Man's kind of collector's type of thing. And this cover was cool to see. So I had to get it. I had to get this joint. I had to get it. So Superman, Spider Man crossover got some different storylines inside. So got that. Moon Knight number three. Moon Knight number three. Okay. Moon Knight has been good. Jared McKay has been killing it. Jed McKay, I think that's his name. Jed McKay has been killing it with Moon Knight. He's been, he's been writing Moon Knight for I think 3 years now, like 3 or 4 years now when this fire. He's really been killing it with Moon Knight. This new Moon Knight kind of goes back into kind of like what we saw with Jeff Lemire's Moon Knight, where it kind of like was going into like his mental problems and him kind of being a mental patient in a way. So it kind of dives into like his mental disabilities in this Moon Knight. And I love that because the Jeff Lemire run, Jeff Lemire is one of my favorite writers, and the Jeff Lemire run was great. So I think this series is also going to be good. I can't wait to see how it finishes. Issue 3 is out now. I gotta finish issue number 2. I literally got cut off from reading that, and I just thought about it. I got to finish issue number 2 and then read issue number 3. But Moon Knight, man, If you want to read some good Moon Knight, just find where Jed McKay started and just go from there. Easy, just go from there. Also, in this, I at the comic store there was a signed copy of Crownsville waiting for me by Rodney Barnes. As you didn't know, Crownsville is a series that's set actually where I'm from, Annapolis, Maryland. There's this abandoned old mental hospital, right? And then so there's a lot of ghost stories about it. And Rodney Barnes brought that to life in this comic book called Crownsville. So it's actually really dope. Got number one signed, had to get this. It's really personal to me because you're like I'm from this area, you feel me? So that this is something I had to have, especially when I got Night of Hall's Nightmare Blog number one signed, and that's based in Baltimore, which is right up the road, you feel me? So had to get this by Rodney Barnes, who's also one of my favorite writers, in my opinion, probably my favorite writer. You feel me? So had to get that signed. That's a dope add to my collection. And then this came in this week from an indie creator by Ray Comics, Musa, The Line of Molly. And this is the hard copy. It's really good. The artwork in it is great. I'm reading it right now. It's kind of taking Mansa Musa and making him like a comic book character. You feel me? So that's really dope. Taking historical figures and putting them in comics. I'm always gonna be with that, especially if they black. So had to get this by Ray Media. I actually met him at BlurCon and actually got some of his other books, which are actually cool too. But so got this in the mail from a Kickstarter. A real dope book so far. I'm reading through it. That's why you can see a bookmark in it. Maybe you saw that, maybe you didn't. But I'm reading through that right now, and it's good so far. So I will continue that. But those are all my pulls for this week. It's actually kind of crazy because I think Detective Comics came out this week, and I took Batman off my pull list a little bit ago, maybe a couple months ago. I took Batman off my pull list. The stories just weren't intriguing me, and it wasn't me loving the character wasn't enough for me to continue buying Batman and trying to read these stories that I really just have no care or interest in. And that was a crazy thing to think about because I've been buying Batman since I can buy comics. So it's just until they give me a storyline that I really I'm just not feel compelled to buy Batman comics just because it's Batman on the cover. You get what I'm saying? So that was a really crazy realization for me, especially being a huge Batman fan and been following along with him. But when he comes with a story, I'll jump back. Well, I've been reading Absolute Batman. I read Absolute Batman. Who is it reading Absolute Batman? You feel me? But just the mainline Batman and Detective Comics, I haven't been reading those. But yeah, so that is my episode of Go Through Em. So I'll be back with more Go Through Ems. I'm trying to be consistent with this, and I'll try to do one each week. So that's my episode to go through them. Thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel and tell your friends about me. Peace, y'all.